Now, the IEC has been visiting homes while others have been walking into polling stations to vote in the local government elections. This includes the elderly and essential workers. Over 129,000 people have registered for special votes in Gauteng alone. Let's get the very latest now and bring in SABC News reporter Mahlako Komane live for us in Ekurhuleni. Mahlako, very good afternoon to you. What's happening where you are? Talk to us about the sentiment on the ground on this special voting day.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Blaine. We are in Actonville in Ekurhuleni, and earlier on we were at the Actonville Community Hall, and they had told us that they had about 28 home visits that they conducted yesterday, and they were done with that. In terms of special votes, people coming into the station, they were expecting 20 people. Only 2 have pitched so far. They're still waiting for 18 people, and when they try and get a hold of the people in terms of making calls, just to ensure that everybody does get that chance to vote, people are saying that they were going to start at church. We do know churches are open. Some saying they had errands to run before they would come and cast those special votes, but they will be closing at 5 o'clock. But we're just going to take a walk and just hear the sentiments on the ground in terms of what people are saying with regards to tomorrow. One gentleman that we had spoken to earlier on had told us that it's not for him. He's not going to be voting because it doesn't really make a difference for him. But we have with us Bongiwe, and she stays in Bongiwe Dlamini, and she stays in Mateni, which is just opposite the Lichville area. It's not too far from here. Mama ngicela ungitshele ukuthi wena kusasa uzoya uyovota ubhalisile uzizwa kanjani ngalama local government elections?
Yeah, kusasa ngizoya kuyovota and ngizizwa ngijabulile ukuthi ngizophinde ngivote ngoba ngiyacabanga ukuthi mhlambe ngizothola ithuba lokuthi mhlambe mangivotile awine lo ngizobe ngimvotele, and then sizothola okungcono kunalokho esikubonayo ngoba sinezinto, sinazo ikhalazo zethu esinazo, and then le ikhalazo zethu esinazo uthola ukuthi azilungi kwesinye isikhathi. Manje simisela ukuthi siyovota sonke, sivotela ukuthi kube ngcono kwenzeke olunye ushintsho okuhlala sithenjiswa lona.
And then so uvele uyaya wena uyovota kusasa, uyathemba ukuthi uzolibona lolo tshintsho?
Ngiyathemba ukuthi ngizolibona lelo shintsho uma iwinile laba engifuna ukuthi ngibavotele, and ngiyacabanga ukuthi zonke inhlangano njengoba zikhona zibonile ukuthi kupho kushodayo ebantwini, yini abantu abayidingayo. So sikusho ukuthi ke inhlangano engasiwine izokwazi ukuthi yenze ushintsho ngoba iyazi ukuthi idingani.
Blaine, you heard there, that was Bongiwe Dlamini, and she stays in Mateni. Mateni is an informal settlement not too far from here. And I mean, when you go there, I know that there is no electricity. They have issues of water supply and the likes. But saying that she's hopeful that the political party that she will be voting for will bring the necessary change in terms of her living conditions. But also saying that she's definitely going to go out and vote there tomorrow, and saying that even if her party that of choice does not win, she's very hopeful that the one that does win will be able to effect the necessary changes in terms of the needs of the people. I am joined by a man here, and he is, let me just find him, let me just jump over here and just try to speak to this gentleman and hear his sentiments in terms of the voting. So thank you so much for talking to us. We spoke earlier and you said that you weren't really interested. Your views on local government elections tomorrow?
Yes, in fact, nothing has materialized after every elections. Things have really deteriorated, and I mean that really puts me down, So I'm really not interested in voting for anybody.
Have you registered? So what you're telling me that of all the parties from the established political parties to the new ones as well as the independent candidates, nobody really speaks to you and what you feel your needs are?
Yes, nobody approached me thus far. So it's immaterial to me.
Thank you so much. So you're going to be here tomorrow working?
Yes, hopefully I'll be here.
All right. You heard there, Blaine, the gentleman just telling us that he is going to be here. He's a hawker. He sells on the side of the street. This is not too far from the Actonville Community Center, which is a voting station within that Actonville area. Just telling us that he is not going to be voting tomorrow because nothing really speaks to him. And also just saying that nobody has really approached him. And I suppose with all the various choices that are there, he's not seeing something that speaks to him. So are you going to be voting?
Good day, ma'am. How are you?
Good day, good day.
Yes, I am going to be voting.
And what are you hoping to see? What makes you decide to go out and vote tomorrow?
the hope in love of humankind. That's it. We have trust. If you have no hope, you have no. So let's go for it. We've got one man, one vote. We are lucky we fought for this. And I would urge people to please go to the polls. That would be a good thing.
Thank you so much, sir. You heard there, Blaine, this particular gentleman just telling us that he is going to be casting his vote tomorrow, saying that, we do know the history of South Africa as well as that people have actually fought for this right to vote. Lives have been lost, saying that I suppose in honor of that he's definitely going to vote. Speaking of love and saying that love is what is going to take him to those polling stations, and also just saying that this would be the reason why he would be voting tomorrow. But we are going to be in Ekurhuleni tomorrow, and we will be bringing you, the action that will be happening on the ground in terms of the various voting stations. We do know that this is one of the major metros within South Africa, and it's also up for grabs, but a lot of parties also contesting here. But we are going to be here for the rest of the day, and we'll be crossing to you. Back to you, Blaine.
All right, Mahlako Komane live for us today. We thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Just a programming note, we are going to have the CEO, but this time the E stands for electoral. The Chief Electoral Officer, Sai Mamabolo, right here on the agenda. Coming up shortly, we're going to talk about special votes, an update. Also, what happened yesterday with regards to the power failure. We'll get to the bottom of it. Stand by for that.